Chris, I found my Switch. You know how like I always talk about like, oh, I don't know where my Switch. I really didn't know where my Switch was. Like I was not kidding, and I found it.
Oh, well, that's great news. Where was it?
In like buried in a closet somewhere, like in a box that I have no idea how it got into, in an area of this closet that I had no idea. Like I thought it might be in this closet that's under my stairs, and I don't know why I felt that. But I don't know. Whatever. It was in this box with a bunch of other Switch stuff. It had my Pro controller in it and some games in it and the dock in it. And it was like I put it away like it was an old console that I would never play again.
Mothballs.
But I did find it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, sneak peek. I'm kind of like, seeing someone a little bit. And let me tell you, Switch is a great console to play with other people.
It is. Yes, it's a very good, like, other people console.
Yeah, it's a very approachable, very, like, cool, very, like, casual set of games to play. And so I looked for it and I found it.
But I think the real question is, are you going to like rooftop parties like they showed in the promos for the Switch and all like huddling around one Switch on a kickstand with a bunch of Joy-Con in your hand? Like, is that the experience?
I don't remember those advertisements, and no, I'm not doing that. It's snowing here now, so it's not possible anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably puts a little damper on the rooftop parties. You don't remember those commercials?
I remember the Switch commercials being like way over the top, but no, I don't remember like the rooftop party Switch commercials.
Yeah, it was a bunch of like millennials like up on like on a rooftop garden or whatever, a rooftop something in a big city kind of a thing, like New York City style. And they were all huddled around like one Switch playing, I don't even know what, because this was like, at the launch of the Switch when there were 3 games out. And maybe it was Mario Kart. I mean, I also remember them in a car playing Mario Kart, like riding in a car playing Mario Kart with the wireless controller. But yeah, the marketing for the Switch was like, yeah, you're going to take this thing everywhere and use it all the time. And I don't know that that's really panned out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely portable. It's probably, I mean, it's the most portable console, but I don't know about everywhere. I think for you, it's a good travel companion. For me, it's a, we'll see. But I have Mario Kart and Mario Aces, the tennis game, and Splatoon and Rocket League. We'll see how that goes. I found all these, I just had found all these games that I had with my Switch.
Rocket League is playable on the Switch. It's just not great.
That seems like it's not playable.
I don't know. It's not like not playable. It's just not as good as on a PC.
Yeah, I think the frame rate's too low, and I can't. Maybe if I was on a TV, maybe.
Oh no, I think it's good for handheld. I don't know that I would want it on a TV because if you're putting it on a TV, you have a TV, which means you probably have some better way to play Rocket League, and you probably shouldn't play it on a Switch.
It's so tiny. I can't see the ball when it's on the other end of the court.
You need to get one of those. Do you remember in the old Game Boy days where you could get a magnifier for the Game Boy? Where it was
like, oh yeah, I had one. I totally had one.
Literally a magnifying glass that you like put 3 inches away from the screen so that it would blow everything up.
I'm gonna get one for my Switch to play Rocket League.
Man, let's start a Kickstarter.
Welcome to Pride and Accomplishment. My name is Jason.
And I'm Chris. This is episode 64.
We have not recorded in a while. If you've listened to our last 2 episodes, you'll notice that they were, early November recordings. But essentially our schedule was all screwed up by Thanksgiving. So we're happy to kind of be back on a little bit of a tighter schedule. So happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, all that good stuff. And it's good to be kind of back into the swing of things a little bit.
And also happy December, because by the time you hear this, it will be December.
Yeah, the snow is upon us. The Christmas music is upon us, if it wasn't already, because it totally was for me.
I have not listened to a single Christmas song yet this year, I think.
You are missing out, man. November 1st, 12:01 a.m. That's when Christmas starts for
November 1st?
Heck yeah, as soon as Halloween's over.
Wow. Yeah, I have not listened to, for fun, any Christmas music. I have not listened to any Christmas music. I think I've heard Christmas music in the mall because I was at the mall the other day, but there was nope, no Christmas music for me. No Christmas music for entertainment, I should say. We
do have a ton of follow-up today because we have a ton of follow-up today.
That's what happens when you go a month between recording episodes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember publishing the last one and going, oh, wow, none of this is accurate anymore. But it was still good content, so we published it anyway.
Yes. First up, we talked about the Steam Deck being coming out next year in early 2022. And then I think exactly one day after we recorded, but even before we published that episode, which was 2 episodes ago, they delayed the Steam Deck by at least a quarter. So everything is all pushed back on the Steam Deck front. But I think I'm still excited about it.
I'm still excited. I'm not surprised by this in the least. I think, I think Valve was being, I think they were being optimistic. December probably was a valid target, but, I kind of work in the retail and supply chain and, distribution side of things, and things are screwed up right now. So I'm not surprised by this at all.
Yeah, I think anybody that says they're going to make a brand new product that requires computer chips in this era is probably kidding themselves, unless they're announcing it for 2 years out. And the Steam Deck was announced in June of this year?
Yeah. Yeah. The other, I mean, it's not the only thing that in this genre that's been delayed too. I think the Playdate also got pushed back. So I'm not as familiar with it, but it's, similar kind of thing. Handheld, computer, video game world of hardware.
Yeah, they got stuck by their batteries, I think, or something. They had something, where they actually had a warehouse full of them, and then they started to kind of quality test and spot check some of them, and they found out that none of them were good. And so they had to send them all back to Taiwan or China or wherever and have them basically reassembled with a different board and a different chip, I think. And that was a big deal. But the Playdate, it's like an original Game Boy. It's like a monochrome portable Game Boy kind of thing. I think it has a crank. I think it's the one with the hand crank on the side if you wanted to charge it with a crank. Oh,
wow. Okay.
It's weird. But it's also open source and you can program games for it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not exactly the same as the Steam Deck, but it's anything with a computer or a battery, all of it kind of falls into this, even if you have it, it might not have been the best quality just because everything is hard to get. So everything is being affected.
Unless you're Apple, because they had new iPhones out right on time this year and new computers.
Yeah, but they only announced them a week ahead of time. They're already delivered by the time they announce them. Speaking of delays, yeah, I did not get my PS5 yet.
And that's surprising because,
well, okay, so I ordered it. We talked about it on the last episode that I ordered it, early November, I think is the timeline on that. I think it was the first couple days of November, and it said it would be delivered November 24th, which was the day before Thanksgiving. And I was like, okay, it's never going to get here November 24th. Because nothing is getting delivered the day before Thanksgiving. But I was kind of like, okay, well, they're going to give me an updated whatever. 24th comes and goes. Thanksgiving comes and goes. Black Friday comes and mostly goes. And I'm just like, okay, now it's time for me to send a note. Because if they would have just said, hey, your thing's been delayed, here's a new date, I'd have been like, oh, okay, cool. But they it was radio silence. So I was like, I need to do something about this. They haven't charged me yet, which, I mean, that's normal, right? They don't charge you until it ships, but it's just, I'm honestly concerned that I'm not going to get one.
You think they're just going to cancel the order on you?
I think they're going to straight up cancel the order on me.
I did see a horror story of somebody that had that happen to them with some Black Friday deals where they had tried to buy something from Walmart on Black Friday, on a sale. And then Walmart canceled the order on them and said, oops, sorry, we canceled the order on you, but you can rebuy it. Don't worry, we didn't charge you. And they're like, no, but I can't get the sale price anymore. But that was for something that was a Black Friday deal. This is something where you have ordered the PS5, the order's been placed, and that seems like stock they should have because it's not a special price. It's just you can just wait for one from the next batch. Yeah,
I mean, that's what it felt like to me. The date was so far out. Hey, we know we're more they're gonna get here in late November, and we're letting people essentially pre-order by a couple weeks because the shipment has left. And I think that's probably what happened. But at the same time, I personally know that there's like, I don't know, 30 or so or 40 or some ridiculous number of ships off the port of Los Angeles right now, just waiting to be unloaded. And I bet my PS5's on one of them.
I actually saw a video on Twitter the other day because I think I'm still subscribed to a couple of the PS5, like, are they in stock things? When we were trying to get friends the ability to buy PS5s, and one of them showed a video of somebody walking through a supposedly Walmart warehouse, and they just had pallets and pallets and pallets of PS5s all shrink wrapped up. So maybe there's a chance. I don't know. They had like on one side of the aisle was all the disc ones, and on the other side of the aisle was all the digital ones. I mean, it was hundreds of PS5s. So hopefully yours is one of those.
Maybe. We'll see. What makes me even more not angry. I don't know. What makes me just what a coincidence, or what a set of circumstances is this friend that we are trying to get a PS5 for didn't get one like we explained in the last episode when I ordered mine, but got one through Best Buy a week later or so, and has already received his.
Yeah, he was able to do a pickup, like a store pickup, and he placed the order and received it within, I think, a week. Like, ordered it on Thursday or Friday and got it the next Wednesday.
What the heck? So at this point, I'm wondering, should I be back into the game of trying to get a PS5 and just cancel this order if I get one? I don't know. The other thing is, I'm not in a huge rush.
Yeah, that was going to be my question is, like, you're talking about this like you're really excited about it, and are you excited about it? Like, does this mean that your interest in the PS5 is like building?
Well, yeah, I should have one on the way. I'm a little excited about it. Like, I get to opening any new tech is fun and exciting, but like, the anticipation is rising just because, like, I should have one. It should be here. The other side of it is I have, and maybe we'll talk about this in a second. Like, because I know I'm getting one now, I've been purchasing games for it and purchasing things for it. So I own on my PlayStation account a copy of Returnal now, but can't play it because I have a PS5. And for Black Friday, which we'll talk about in a little bit, I bought I bought like a year's worth of PlayStation Plus time on like a good discount. So I've got all these things for my PlayStation 5 now, but don't have a PlayStation 5. Which I expected to have.
Fair, yes.
So it's not a big deal, and the PlayStation Plus time is not, ticking yet because I haven't registered it yet. And, none of it matters. Like, none of it truly matters, except that I want it, and I'm ready, and I'm a little excited for it, and I want to try it out, and I want to play it. And I should have, according to the dates, been able to by now, and I can't.
That's fair. I am the most impatient person when it comes to buying stuff and orders and stuff. Like, I check tracking information like an unhealthy number of times per day. So I totally understand like what you're talking about with you just want it. You just want it to be like there and be done and everything else. I commiserate with that. I just was giving you a hard time.
No, I know. And you're like mostly right. And I give you the hard time about the same thing. But I'm ready. I'm ready to have a PS5. I'm ready to stop thinking I need to like search and find a PS5. I mean, that's part of it, right? Like, because if this order gets canceled, the whole search starts over again.
True, but I think you're like now, at least in this time period, you're kind of right up against Christmas, so it's going to be even harder to find them. And so like maybe just like calm down about it for like a month and then pick it back up in like mid-January. Although Horizon Forbidden West comes out in February, so
I know that is, and I need to finish Horizon Zero Dawn before that, and I have a free copy of it on. I could play that on my PS4. I could do that. I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do that. You didn't even know where your Switch was until like 3 days ago.
I do know where my PS4 is because it was in the same box as my Switch.
Oh my gosh. Was it just labeled like dead consoles?
I told you, I put it in the box where consoles go to die.
My goodness. I keep all of the boxes of all of my old consoles, and so then I just put them back in the box when I'm done with it. Well, I've done that recently. I have the PS3 box, the PS4 box, the PS5 box, and the Switch box. So when I retired, when I bumped the PS3 out of rotation with the PS4, as the Blu-ray player upstairs kind of thing, I put the PS3 back in its box, and that's where it's living right now. I don't have a box where consoles go to die.
Okay, so our buddy got his PS5, which means
we got Vanguard. We got Call of Duty.
And how's it going?
So we got Call of Duty Vanguard. I have played all of probably 45 minutes with this group of people that we all decided to buy this game with, and it's been pretty good. I would say it's a Call of Duty game, and that's pretty much all you need to know about it from my perspective. I haven't had time to kind of sit down and play with the loadouts and stuff because I just don't know kind of what all of the things mean for me. I'm not a very good shooter player, but I've been kind of, playing through it and using some of the pre-mades and not doing terribly. Sometimes I do okay and sometimes I do pretty bad, but they had played a little bit and they're like level, 40 or something like that in like the little Call of Duty levels, and I'm like level 10. But that's okay. I look forward to the time when we get to play again. The Thanksgiving holiday has really screwed everything up as far as like people being available to play and time frames, and people are out of town and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting back into Call of Duty Vanguard. But one thing that I have done, that I've done solo in Vanguard, is play the zombies mode, which we had talked about the Back 4 Blood zombies and how I don't prefer Back 4 Blood as a zombie game, but I actually do like the Call of Duty zombies.
So the thing I had heard about this zombies is that it's not the same as past Call of Duty zombies, in that past Call of Duty zombies has been like endless, and the intention is to die at some point, and you essentially try to make it as far as you can get. It's got the little ticker in the top right, like a little, tick marks on the top right hand corner, and eventually you just can't do it anymore. And I think you and I have a mutual friend that like will like start this game and then like pause it and leave the I think he did it on the PS4, and he would leave the PS4 running, so he would just keep a Call of Duty Zombies match going for like a really, really long time. And that's just not what this mode is. Am I right in that regard?
Yeah, this mode is very different. I mean, it's very the same, and it's also very different. The ways that it's the same is there's still zombies and there's still power-ups, and it's all the same kinds of power-ups. You get the zombies will drop the double points or the nuke, the kaboom, or they'll drop the insta-kill or whatever. And then you also have the shrines around, or I don't know what they're called exactly, but the things where you get the different drinks where you can get power-ups that give you like better move speed or more damage or whatever. And those are all good. Those are all still there. The thing that is different is that there's an exfil part. So like basically they say play as much as you want, play as far as you want. And when you think you're at the point where you can't go any further, go press this button or do this thing, which will activate the exfiltration thing. It's like a portal. And you have, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, something like that to get to this portal and escape. And that's the end of your run. So like you can get overrun by zombies and you die, and that's how it used to be, or you can successfully get yourself out, and I think you get bonus points or bonus, currency or something. You get something for successfully doing that. The first round that I did it, I tried to get out, and it did this thing where it put a marker in the world, like it said like exfil here, and I was like, okay, great. So I ran towards the here, and I ended up on the back side of the building with the portal in it. So I was not in the right place, and I had to run all the way around the building. And of course, the zombies start to swarm. They start to kind of horde a little bit. And so it makes it harder. And then I am running into the building, and I had, I think, like 1.5 seconds left as I'm like approaching the portal, and I'm like trying to slam the button I think is going to be the one that I have to go. And I missed the time. And then it's like, you failed. It's like, okay, well, that's how that goes.
Oh, no.
So the next couple times I played, I got overrun by zombies before I got a chance to leave. So I have not successfully done that yet, but it's still fun. I still enjoy it. Another thing that's different about this version of zombies is that it is more like explanatory about what you're supposed to do. Like, I feel like it lays it out better. I know that the last zombies that I seriously played was on the PS3 Black Ops 3, I think. And that one, there was just no explanation. You were just supposed to just figure it out or know what was going on, or you had to, read up on it or something. And it was just very obtuse. And this one is very much more like explains to you what you have to do. They have these little portals, which are like mini levels that you kind of go to and come back to the hub area. And then the hub area is kind of where the levels are. And the little portals are like just side missions almost to get a currency that's like only in that run that allows you to buy power-ups from a very centrally located, very obvious place that you don't have to fight to or anything like that. And like the Pack-a-Punch machine, which is the weapon upgrading station, is right there in the central plaza. So it's a very different, like it used to be that you had to get a certain kind of duration into the level. You had to get up to a certain level or open a certain number of doors or whatever it was before you could get to that weapon upgrade station. And now it's just always available. So it feels more approachable. It feels a little bit less like it's requires you to have secret knowledge in order to be able to play it.
So you don't, I mean, okay, so you don't like Back 4 Blood as much. I don't want to say you don't like Back 4 Blood because then I'll get a lot of flack from you. But you don't like Back 4 Blood as much. But you do. It sounds like you really do like this one. Like you seem like you're really into it. Why? What's the why?
For me, it's that the zombies are slower. So the zombies themselves, this one's a little bit weird because they pop out of the ground anywhere. So it kind of destroys my original kind of preference for the Call of Duty zombies, in that it used to be that the zombies, you could tell where they were coming from because they would only come from doorways. And the thing I didn't like about Back 4 Blood is they come from anywhere. But now the zombies in Call of Duty can just pop out of the ground. So that's kind of not great, right? They just jump out of the ground and they're just there. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess you came from over there now. But the other thing is that the zombies themselves move a little bit slower and they seem to be a little easier to kill. Like it's a little bit more like you're managing them as opposed to they're trying to overrun you, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Like you can kind of move away, like you can kind of run down an alley or something and then turn around and shoot them. Like, you don't, and you're relatively sure.
You can kite them a lot easier. Yeah,
you can kite them and you can kind of manage kind of how they're following you, and you could like run around in circles and you can, do. Whereas in Back 4 Blood, there's a very constant, like, you got to keep moving forward. You got to get to the safe house because that's where this thing ends. Whereas in this one, it's like, well, you're here until you decide not to be here or until they kill you. So there's a little bit more management to it.
Yeah, I remember like in Back 4 Blood when we played, there was one level, I don't know that you were playing, but you were in the channel at least. And we had to essentially decide to not kill the zombies. We had to like just run for the objective.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's generally not a thing in Call of Duty zombies.
You are probably going to have to kill all of the zombies at some point. But the nice thing about the Call of Duty zombies too is it's very arcadey. So sometimes you'll kill a zombie and then they'll drop this little gold power up, and it's like this picture of like a World War II nuke or like a World War II bomb. And you go pick that up and it just instantly kills all the zombies in the level. And so it's basically a reset. Like it's like a super power up kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Or you get the one that's insta kill, which means that every single shot you take, no matter whether it's a headshot or like a body shot, will kill them in one shot. Or if you hit them with your knife or you punch them, like you'll kill them in one shot guaranteed. And there's like a little timer that says, this insta kill is valid for 20 seconds. So it's much more arcadey than Back 4 Blood, which is much more like survive.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to see it a little bit.
So it's just a different game. Like it's both of them are zombies. Both of them, the zombies are kind of gruesome. They're making zombie noises and doing zombie stuff. But I think that underneath it, they're two different kinds of games.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think there's no story to the Call of Duty zombies, is there? It's just like a mode.
They try. There was like a, 2-minute cutscene before I played the first round of zombies, but I had a very hard time following it. And then there are characters, like there's somebody like basically on the radio with you, not radio, I guess, but they're talking to you somehow. And then it's something with like supernatural, and there's like gods and or spirits of some sort that you're talking to. And then there's like an evil Nazi guy that's trying to take over the world with zombies or against zombies. I really don't understand what the story is. It's never really been the primary point in the series, but I play it because I like the, can I get to the next level, or how powered up can I get? And then how far can I get with that? Those kinds of things. I like those in the Call of Duty Zombies, but the story is, I think it's fairly secondary, although I'm sure there's people that disagree.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a major point for me. I think, if you've known me long enough, you've heard that I don't really like zombies. I think they're a cop-out of an enemy. And, there's always a zombies mode, and fine. Like, that's fine. In Back 4 Blood and, like, Left 4 Dead and all of that, the story is really important. It's a story, like, it's a single-player story game. And, like, there's a survival mode or something in Back 4 Blood, and I'm like, I'm not interested in that. Like, that is not why I play Back 4 Blood. That's like, just thinking about that, I don't know that I'm interested in Call of Duty Zombies. Like, I'm glad you like it. Like, I'm saying, obviously there's people that like it, but the way you're describing it, like, I like Back 4 Blood. I like the story element. Would I like slightly different mechanics potentially? But man, I don't think I could get into Call of Duty Zombies.
I think if you end up with this game, we should try a round of it. I've not played it with other people. I've only ever done it solo because I tried to go into a like random matching group and I got nothing as like for a full like 3 or 4 minutes.
Wow.
Which was kind of surprising because I wasn't that far out from launch. I mean, I was probably a week or two late, but
yeah, I feel like people would be playing this mode.
I know. And so I just went into solo because I wanted to play. Like, I didn't want to sit on the loading screen. So maybe it was just a bad day, or maybe something was going on. But yeah, I was surprised that I didn't find anybody else to play with on the entire internet.
If you're still playing Vanguard in a while, and it goes on like a super sale, which Call of Duty never does, but if it comes onto a sale of some sort in a while, I may pick it up. But I'm not interested in playing. I'm not interested in paying full price.
That's actually a great segue into talking about Black Friday. You just said that Call of Duty never goes on sale, and you're right. However, this Black Friday, like right now while we're recording kind of on the weekend of Black Friday, Call of Duty, the brand new one, Vanguard, is actually on sale on Battle.net and on like disc copies and like physical copies.
Wait, are you being serious? I'm literally opening it right now.
I am not even joking.
It just came out.
I know. It just came out like a month ago, and like not even a month ago. And they have it, I think it's normally 60 on PC, and it's either 50 or 45 on PC right now. I think it's 25% off.
What the heck? Should I buy it? It never goes on sale.
I know. It never goes on sale.
Yeah, it's $45 right now. Brand new game.
I mean, for a Call of Duty game, that's a good deal.
I know. Like some of the like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like the first one is still like $60 on Steam. Ah, man. All right. Maybe we'll talk about this off the air after the show.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just presenting the facts here.
Oh, gosh. I know. Like it never goes on sale. Although I've heard that this one is not very good. Like in Call of Duty world universe, that this is a weaker of the Call of Duties. I don't know if that's actually true. It's just kind of what I've heard. So I don't know, but that's kind of why I'm thinking like if you're still playing it in 3 months and it goes on sale for $45 again, maybe. But at the same time, like if it's on sale right now, well, that's the other thing. What does it mean that it's on sale right now? Like that just seems indicative of something.
It's probably indicative of it not selling as well as they want it to, which I don't know what the numbers are for a Call of Duty game, but that's probably not that hard to do.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's talk about generally Black Friday sales. So this is on sale. Wow. But Steam has had a sale. Ubisoft is, I mean, everyone's having a sale. And I've bought a few games this round. And I don't know that I want to like tout the games that I got because they're not I don't think they're anything special. But if you're looking for games, like Chris and I think we can talk about a few things that we at least have our eye on, or that want to kind of talk about. Again, I also don't know how long these sales are going to go. This episode is going to get published like long after Black Friday happens. But I mean, I kind of want to talk about like Steam sales as a thing as a whole, because Black Friday is not going to be the last sale that Steam has.
No, actually, by the time you hear this, you should be gearing up for the Christmas sale, which always happens sometime around the 25th of December and usually goes till about New Year's. So that would be the next major sale coming up.
The one sale that I did, you kind of told me about that I totally took advantage of was the PlayStation Store sale. Because I bought the digital version of the PlayStation 5, assuming it arrives. And so I need digital versions of the games. And I bought Returnal. You've talked about it a lot on the show. I really like what I've seen you play of Returnal. And it was on sale for $50 or $45 instead of $70. So I definitely got that. So as soon as I get my PS5, I can play that.
That's a great game. I'm still not done with it, but I think you'll enjoy it. And it's going to be really sad for me when you beat the game in like 6 run-throughs and I'm on my like 100th run-through, but that's another story for another time.
I don't think that's exactly true, but maybe.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I haven't picked up anything on the PlayStation Store, although I have looked at a few things. Deathloop is on sale for $30, and that is one that just came out not too long ago. It's a little tempting, but I don't think I'm really going to like it, and I'm not sure I'm really going to play it. So I'm kind of thinking that I'm just going to let that one slide for a while.
Yeah, I've watched some gameplay of it on Twitch, and I was less than impressed. I know that like you can't watch the gameplay and like get what Deathloop is about because it's, very story time loopy kind of based. But I didn't really care for it. That brings up a good point, though. Both the games we just talked about are both PS5 exclusives. I personally would never buy anything except in very extreme circumstances. I would never buy anything for the PS5 that wasn't an exclusive. So I actually went to a website that showed me all of the PS5 exclusives and then went and looked at like what the sales were for those games. And Returnal is the only one I ended up buying. I also got on Amazon a year's worth of PlayStation Plus time. I think normally it's $60 and I got it for $40. I think that's what it came out to. So that was good. That was solid. I still am kind of upset that I need to pay for PlayStation Plus in order to play online. I don't know why I got it because I don't ever play anything on PlayStation Online, but I thought I think you get some free games, right? Like you get stuff like that, and it was $40, and to get the full PlayStation experience for at least a year, I thought it was worth it.
Yeah, I'll tell you why now after you've bought it, why you did buy it, and why it was a good idea that you bought it, which is the PS Plus collection that comes with the PS5. So when you have a PS5, if you have PlayStation Plus, you get, I think it's 16 games now that are totally free included. I mean, as long as you have a subscription, but they're included. And they are AAA games from the past, basically the PS4 generation. So you get God of War, which I know you already have, but like you get God of War digitally, so you can play it on your digital PS5. You get Uncharted 4, which is a great game.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, great game. You should absolutely play it. You get Final Fantasy 15, which I know isn't your thing, but that's another good game. Monster Hunter World is on there. What else? There's a couple other really good like story games. I think The Last of Us, the original Last of Us, which you probably won't like at all because it's zombies and whatever, but that one's on there. And then the Crash Bandicoot, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, the 1, 2, and 3 that were on the PS1 originally. That they did a remaster for that a couple years ago, and that's included on the PS Plus collection. So lots of games. I mean, and there's another 5 or 6 more that I'm not remembering. But anyway, the point is, it's not just a bunch of like cheapo throwaway games. It's actually like really good AAA high quality games. Oh, there's a Ratchet and Clank too. Not the most recent one, but like one of the ones that came out on the PS4. Ratchet and Clank is on there. So very high production value.
Okay. All right. Cool. I think Uncharted alone makes it worth it, and some of the other ones will be cherries on top. Because Uncharted is a exclusive, right?
It is. Yes, it's exclusive.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, most of these are, well, not all exclusive, but I mean, yeah, a lot of them are, or at least are best on PlayStation, I think.
Yeah, but Uncharted 4 is still like an actual recent game too.
I think it actually came out in like 2017 at this point.
Okay, well, relatively recent.
I don't know. What is time?
The other side of it is Steam. So we talked about PlayStation and Amazon and whatnot. I bought at least one game on Steam.
So did I.
Oh no, I've made more purchases than that. I think only one of them was actually on sale though. Oh, and Guild Wars. I forgot all about Guild Wars. I've spent way too much money on Guild Wars lately.
Yes, there was a sale on gem cards, which is the premium currency for Guild Wars if you bought them through Amazon.
They never go on sale. And they were 20% off, and I spent way too much money on gems.
I spent a little bit of money on gems too, because I just want to not have to think about it. Like if I have the money pre-spent, then I can just think about like, I have this many gems. I want this thing. I've already paid for them. I'll buy that.
Right. Yeah, so, and then Guild Wars 2's expansions are on sale again, so for half off. And not that I need any more, but, half off expansion. It's like $15 for all of the expansions that are currently out. And then obviously the new one comes out in February. But let's talk about Steam. So the one game that Chris and I both got is Tribes of Midgard. And again, we haven't played a whole lot of it yet, but it's been a fun like experiment on learning the game. And it is a cross between, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, like a roguelike and like
survival crafting. Yeah,
kind of. And it's a top-down fighting style kind of WASD or controller combat style. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like mixing a ton of genres together.
But it is surprisingly fun. Like, I think, at least so far. We've only played it for probably an hour, but it does seem surprisingly fun for kind of what it is. The art style is a little bit different. It's like a hand-drawn kind of art style, and it's like top-down, and you kind of have missions, and it's all like day-based. So it's one of those games where you have like every night you have monsters that come and attack your town, and you have to defend your town. So it's like combines a little bit of tower defense in there, but like you should go back to your town every night and help defend it, or else you're going to lose. And so that's kind of interesting, is that you can only get out so far away from the town, but they have fast travel points. So that makes it so it kind of unlocks for you as you go, which is cool. Yeah, it's a cool game, like so far anyway. And it's got co-op. It's got, I don't know how many players co-op, but up to 10, I think I saw on the menu. So
yeah,
you could really have a bustling city of Midgardians. And of course the whole thing is Norse themed, right? So it's got that kind of, I don't know, Thor kind of vibe to it. Lots of like words that are difficult to pronounce.
Yes. I get quests and I'm like, I have to do this thing, but I have no idea how to say it. So I don't know how to communicate this to you. But it's we've only played 1 or 2 rounds of it so far. And it was on sale. And I think it's just a good example of like, really what I want to talk about here is it's been on my Steam wish list forever. Like I think it came out early access and now it's fully launched. It's got a lot of progression. So I knew at some point I would want it, and finally it hit a price point that I was kind of willing to pay for it. And that happens, man, I get the email every time stuff goes on sale that something on my wish list is on sale.
Yeah, I get one of those probably every other week for something. And I should just pare down my wish list, but I don't.
So I guess if I had a public service announcement here, it's don't ever buy games full price unless you're buying them kind of on launch day.
So that's one thing that we got on Steam, Tribes of Midgard. Anything else on Steam?
No. I have a lot more on my wish list, and a lot more was on sale, but I try not to buy them all at once. Because that's the worst. And then you're just like, oh, I bought all these games. I got to play all these games at once. And you never give anything attention. So I guess like my advice here is like, buy what's on sale. Don't buy it all at once. Wait for stuff to be on sale. And, you know, I guess I like, I've like over 500 games in my library at this point. I mean, I'm not playing nearly all, like I haven't even touched half of them, but like I don't pay full price for games. You know, Humble Bundle and Steam Sale, and you can build this amazing library of games that will keep you entertained forever. But don't pay full price for it unless you're, you know, unless it's launch day and you really want it.
It's the Jason special.
Yeah. Did you buy anything else?
Nothing on Steam. Nope. I did not really go for anything on the Steam sale because, like you, I have a million games on Steam, and my library is approaching 600, I think, which is a lot. And I've got a bunch of stuff going on. I did buy one more thing, I guess I did buy, but not from Steam, was I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy on PS5 for $25.
Oh, was that did you buy it? Was it a buy one, get one, or was it like straight up $25?
Straight up $25.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, it was a very good deal. And that game came out, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. And it's like a single player game, and it's in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe. And I was curious about it, but it didn't really want to spend $60 or $70 on it. And now I didn't have to. Interestingly enough, though, it was back ordered, like they were out of stock, but they still let me buy it on Amazon. And it is shipping. I just got a notification today, sometime during the week before Christmas. Like they gave me a full 1 week window, which was surprising coming from Amazon.
Wow. That's surprising that they still let you order it, even though it was out of stock.
Yeah, I was surprised, but they did. And so I did.
And there's no rush.
No, I don't care. I mean, it's fine. I've got Returnal to keep me busy forever, apparently.
Oh.
One thing I did do in the kind of Black Friday season was I kind of put to bed the back and forth that we've had on does Chris have Game Pass or not this month.
You did something very sneaky, and I like it. I'm afraid to do it myself, but we always knew it was possible, but I love that you finally pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, so what I did was I got 3 years of Xbox Live Gold, which is the PlayStation Plus for Xbox, essentially, that allows you to play online and all of that.
Which you don't have an Xbox, so that purchase is literally worthless to you.
Correct. That was a risk. And so I took a chance and I bought 3 years for $50 each. So I bought $150 worth of Game Pass, or not Game Pass, sorry, Xbox Live Gold. And then, because I had only ever had Xbox Game Pass for PC and never had Game Pass Ultimate, I was able to take advantage of the upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate deal that they do all the time. And because I'd never done it before, I got to do it for the price of $1. So for $151, I got to convert all of my Xbox Live Gold time into Game Pass Ultimate time, which means I have 3 years of Game Pass Ultimate for $150, which is like, I don't know, $3 a month or something for 36 months.
Yeah, and man, what a good deal. What a great deal. The one side, okay, so for those that didn't quite follow, you buy 3 years of Xbox Game Pass Gold. You apply those codes to your account. And then for $1, what it does is it subscribes you to Game Pass Ultimate, but it takes all of the time that you've already paid for and upgrades it. So I don't think it's on the one side. I don't think that's the intent. Like there's no intention there. Like that's not really what they intended to do for $1 is to upgrade Chris for 3 years. At the same time, this deal and the way to do this has existed for so long that they very clearly don't care that people are doing it.
Yeah, this has been a thing, I think, since Game Pass Ultimate came out. So it was something that you've been able to do forever. And I've heard that if you get to the end of it, if you like let your Game Pass Ultimate lapse so you no longer have a subscription, you can do this again.
Really?
So like if you let it time out, except that the second time you have to pay $15 for the month because you've already used the $1 thing. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So supposedly you can do this over and over and over again. I have until November of 2024 before I have to think about this again. But Maybe we'll check back in 2024.
Yeah, episode 700.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I'm happy you have it. Xbox Game Pass. I think we've talked about it before, but it is the best deal in gaming. I know that that's such a meme now, but like it really is. It's such an easy thing to get people to be introduced to PC gaming. It's got great games on it with EA Play now, with all of the Xbox games, with all of the Microsoft, new releases. It's very, very good. And I highly recommend it to anyone that, especially if you aren't quite sure like what you like or what you want to play. If you're a WoW player and that's all you play is WoW, then fine. Like maybe Xbox Game Pass isn't for you, but if you're new to PC gaming, or if you're a generalist, like I consider myself, like never really tied down to one genre, it's such a good deal.
Absolutely. I mean, they have racing games, they have real-time strategy games, they have action games, shooters, anything that you want to play on platformers. They've got Sea of Thieves, whatever genre that is. All these different games, and it's all for one price, and that's really a really good deal. It's the best deal in gaming.
The best deal in gaming.
One more quick note on the Game Pass Ultimate is that I now have the ability to use what used to be called Project Xcloud. So that's the game streaming thing from Microsoft, the Stadia competitor or whatever you want to call it. And I guess nothing is a Stadia competitor anymore because Stadia is kind of almost dead. But it's the Xbox game streaming thing. And I actually tried it. I was traveling last week and I tried it on my phone. And it was just comical because it put a bunch of soft buttons on my phone screen. And I was trying to play Sea of Thieves. And it took me forever to be able to like walk and turn and jump and turn and move at all using this. I mean, the lag was fine. It was just the clunkiness of the controls when I was trying to do it all with the touchscreen. So if you ever want to do this and you try to do it on a phone or an iPad, I highly, highly, highly recommend pairing a Bluetooth controller to your iOS device. And I'm assuming you can do the same with Android, because it will make your experience so much better. But it worked. I mean, the streaming worked.
Yeah, that's yeah. You've used Geforce Now as well.
Yes, I also had the chance to use Geforce Now for the first time on the same trip.
And maybe this is a whole nother podcast topic, but comparing the two, like, did you get a chance to kind of make any comparisons? Or
I don't think that I really put enough kind of time into the Xbox side of things. I think I would have liked to have paired a controller and tried it to see kind of what I thought of it more thoroughly, because really it was just laughably bad on trying to like stuff I'm usually good at, like I'm a gamer. I play games. I can walk and turn at the same time, but I just could not figure out like getting that to happen on a flat glass screen was just not happening.
Yeah, fair. I don't have that. I don't play for Ultimate. I don't know that I need it. But I mean, you get it, right? It's just included in what you have. I don't know that I need it though. I don't think it's worth paying for me to pay for it. If I was going to pay for something, I'd probably pay for Geforce Now. And I think that's actually a really good topic to talk about in another episode.
Yeah, let's save that for another time.
A little teaser for everyone right there.
But the one thing I will say is that you have to go for Game Pass Ultimate in order for this deal to work. You can't just go to Game Pass for PC with this gold thing. So if you wanted to try it, you have to go up to Ultimate.
Doesn't matter though. Both are $1, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, I think you wouldn't even be able to do the $1 thing on the Game Pass for PC because you've already done it. But yes, I think both the trials for both are the same. But I think the only one that actually does the up conversion is Ultimate.
Gotcha. All right. Well, tell us about the deals that you got, or let us know what deals I should act upon, or which Chris should act upon, because it's just overwhelming now. It's just there's so much. There's so many different stores. We didn't even talk about the Ubisoft sale, and I was very tempted by some of the sales there, but it's an overwhelming consumer world now. So let us know where your eyes are and what you're looking at and what you bought. You can get in contact with us by visiting us at our Discord, which you can get to at discord.pnapodcast.com.
If you want to read our show notes or listen to any of our older episodes or get in touch with us via email, you can visit our website, which is pnapodcast.com. That's P, the letter N, and the letter A, podcast.com.
If you're enjoying the show, we would ask that you could share it with some others that might enjoy it as well.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
So you got a fancy new TV to play that fancy PS5 on.
Yes, that's the Black Friday deal that we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
That I finally got an OLED TV during this Black Friday season. So I did a bunch of research, and I've been on the fence. Our current large TV in the living room had been flaking out a little bit to the point where I wanted to either fix it or replace it. And it's, of course, way out of warranty. So I was like, well, this is a good time to look into replacing it. So as we record, I want to say 6 hours ago, I don't know. Very recently, the TV was delivered, and we got it out of the box and got it on the TV stand probably about 2 hours before we started recording.
And tell me it was glorious.
Oh my gosh. OLED is so good.
I know. It's so good, isn't it?
I haven't played any games on it yet, but I switched over to the PS5 just to do a quick check on it, just to kind of see oh yeah. And Returnal is a very dark game, and OLEDs are very good at dark things, like black and kind of low light levels.
Oh man, I'm just imagining what it looks like.
It was so much better than my old TV. And I only ran around for I don't know, all of 15 seconds. And it was so good. And then I was like, all right, I gotta put this away for now because it was, I had to go make dinner and stuff. But I am looking forward to getting back to it and playing some stuff on it and watching some stuff on it. We watched a little bit of TV on it, and it looks really good. I'm just very impressed with it. So that's been a great experience so far.
So remind me what kind of panel you were upgrading from.
So I was coming from a LG LED backlit panel that was, that's normal flat screen TV, basically, for those not in the know on that. However, there is this feature on modern LCD or LED TVs that is called local dimming. And what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to make it so that the screen can basically selectively turn off the backlight in regions on the screen. And now the new thing is the QLEDs, right? The Samsung's been doing this for a long time.
Have thousands of these regions.
Well, yeah, they've hundreds of regions and stuff. And the new MacBook Pro screens have, I don't know, 1,500 regions or something on a 14-inch screen, which is crazy. So it gives a really good effect. And the Pro Display XDR, again, the Apple Pro Display XDR has a bunch of regions, but that's all good. My previous TV, though, had, I think, maybe, and this might be being generous, 6 regions for the whole screen.
Oof.
And they were these giant vertical bands. So if you're watching a movie or something and the screen went black, the whole TV would turn off, it'd be black, and you'd be like, oh great, it's black. Then a title would come up in the center of the screen, and they're just giant gray bands vertically down the whole TV would just light up the whole thing, because it had to turn on the backlight for all of the vertical regions that the title in the center was spanning horizontally. So it would light up the whole height of the TV when really all it needed was a little strip in the center of the screen, and it couldn't do that. So what I had to do is I had to turn local dimming off altogether, which means when it goes to a black screen, the whole screen is just gray because the backlight is still on, because it never turns off, because I found it terribly distracting to have these things kind of chase along when there was nothing there to see. And my wife claimed that she couldn't see it at all, which I couldn't believe.
Okay. I have a comment here. I'm not very picky when it comes to the really fine-tuned features of a TV, right? Color gamut and, contrast ratio and all of this stuff. I notice some of it if someone points it out, but most of the time when I look at a TV, I just don't notice. There are 2 things that I can absolutely notice. The blackest blacks of the OLED, because they look amazing, in contrast to the color on the rest of the TV, and a bad local dimming TV. Sometimes it's gradients out from the white text on a black background, or sometimes it's these vertical bands. it's one of the very, very few things that I can actually notice when a TV has bad local dimming. And I get it. I guess what the point I wanted to make was like some people just don't see that. Like they don't pay attention, or it doesn't distract them, or like they just don't notice, or because there's a lot of things that bother people in TVs or even monitors. Like some people are like, oh, the difference between 144 hertz and 240 or 60 and 144 hertz. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe I can notice it, but like I don't really. And so I guess I get that she couldn't see it, but at the same time, this is one that I would have noticed.
Yeah, I think for frame rate, I've come down on the I can't quite tell. Like I have a G-Sync monitor that sits in front of me. I have a FreeSync monitor that sits to the side, and then I have like a 60 hertz other screen. Those are my 3 screens. And the 2 kind of syncy ones are 144 hertz, and the other one is like a 60 hertz. And I can tell the difference somewhat. Like the mouse pointer is a little smoother on the 144 when they're actually set up as 144 hertz. But generally speaking, I can't really tell that much. And definitely when gaming, I can barely tell the difference on G-Sync and not. So I'm pretty much over the high frame rate gaming world. It's strange to me because like I watch people's videos, like I watch captured footage from people sometimes, and it looks ultra super smooth. And I'm like, oh, is that what high frame rate stuff does for you? And then I think about it and I'm like, why doesn't this work for me?
Do you notice the difference between 30 and 60?
Absolutely. Hands down.
Yes, me too. Okay. But past 60, I'm just like,
It's like, I'm not sure I can tell.
Okay, back to your TV. So the old one had terrible local dimming vertical bars, and you turned it off.
Correct. Yes, and the new one has OLED, so it has perfect local dimming in that each pixel is its own lit up thing.
Oh, it's so amazing.
One thing I did notice that was strange about it was I was playing with, so we have an Apple TV that we have hooked up to it because we use the Apple TV to do like apps and to do streaming and that kind of stuff. I know that TVs are smart now. I know they come with smart TVs and blah, blah, blah and all that. However, we choose to use an Apple TV as our media playing device. And I was on the Apple TV and I was scrolling through the menus, and then I happened to be standing up because usually I'm not like standing up when I'm using the TV. But since, you're setting stuff up and you're just kind of standing in front of the TV and whatever, I noticed this weird thing that was happening in the corner of my eye. And I looked down at the floor, at the carpet, like in front of the TV, and I'm like scrolling and I'm like looking at the carpet. I'm scrolling, I'm looking at the carpet. And like there was like a line that was moving, like a white line that was moving on the carpet based on what was selected on the TV, like where up on the vertical axis of the TV it was. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all because you can't see it when you're sitting and watching TV, but like it was seriously like lighting up the floor with the OLED, and I was like, this is very bright. This is interesting. So then I went and turned the brightness down on the TV, but it still does it. Like I think it's something with the diffusing layer or something of the TV is causing it, and only on the screens of the Apple TV where most of the screen is kind of grayish dark, and there's a white box that gets selected as you scroll up and down in the settings of the Apple TV, and it takes up probably about half the horizontal space of the TV, or maybe a third. And it was just causing like this white line on the carpet of like light. So yeah, OLED, it's very different.